Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having the greatest day today. I'm really excited for today's video. I'm going to give you a 38-week pregnancy update. I am currently 38 weeks and 6 days pregnant. My belly is large. I feel like I literally can't expand anymore. Just uncomfortable, you know. So yeah, I meant to do an update video last week and I wound up getting really sick. I've really just been like consistently sick throughout my third trimester as far as like a sinus, something is happening. And I was going to film it yesterday and I'm like, you know what, we'll just kind of combine both of them. So I'm going to give an update in today's video, doctor's appointments, sonograms, symptoms, how I'm feeling overall. But then also I wanted to share with you guys, I didn't film a lot of it, but there were some things that I wanted to do to like prep our home for postpartum life and having a newborn in the house, and more so things that surround, like, I am like, how do I phrase this? Like, I am the person who buys things for our household. So I do all the grocery shopping. I run the errands. Like, I'm the one who manages our homestead, if you will. So I just wanted to make sure that we had a good supply of everything, like everyday essentials that we would use. So I'm going to go off a list of that kind of stuff. But then I'm going to share with you two different things that I made in like big bulk batches so that it's one less thing I had to worry about once baby girl makes her arrival. I am sitting in her nursery. I apologize for all the stuff back here. That is all the stuff that some of the stuff that I'm taking to the hospital with me. I finally packed all of that stuff yesterday, and that video will be out shortly. So that's super exciting. As far as my appointments go, when I went last week at 37 weeks, I had a sonogram, and I'm having a sonogram every week until, well, only a couple more, well, one more, until she makes her arrival. And she measured 6 pounds, 11 ounces. She commented on how beautiful her heart looks, how much hair she has. We were actually able to get a 3D picture of her. I had to like flip sides so we could capture her breathing exercises. And we actually got a really great sonogram picture of her. So I'm really excited about that. So many, we haven't received a lot of sonogram pictures of her because she has been so low and like in my pelvis for so long already. And I didn't really care about the pictures, but now that she actually looks like a little baby, like so many of the sonogram pictures, they just look like these, I don't want to say they're creepy, but like, you know, they're just not like, oh, it's a baby, you know, it's like just a little off. She legit now looks, thank goodness, like, you know, a little baby. So we can't wait to see her. We can't wait to meet her. She's got a double chin and she's got the chunkiest cheeks, these sweet little lips. I'm like, I cannot wait to meet her. We're so excited. Her heart rate was 122. My blood pressure was good. My weight's good. Like everything has just been perfect. Minus the sickness that I've had. My strep B test came back negative, so that's good. What else? Oh, and then my doctor did an internal exam and he said my cervix was closed and I'm not dilated, which honestly I didn't expect to have either of those be any different, but he didn't offer to do like a stretch and sweep. I think he knows that like I'm like, sorry, Beefy's in here sniffing the ground. What are you sniffing? Yeah, right? You big bulldog. So anyways, he's gonna make his appearance. So he didn't offer to do the stretch and sweep, which I was fine with. So that was kind of it for that appointment. Then I saw him 2 days ago. They did another sonogram. They didn't do measurements. She anticipates she'll probably be 7 pounds when she's born, maybe a little over. So we didn't do measurements, but her heart rate was 132. She said again, she looks really good. We got one picture of her double chin and that was it. We were able to capture her breathing exercises again. which was nice because that's always a little stressful because it takes a little bit of time. Sometimes like they can go 90 minutes without doing the practices. So that did happen. So that was good. What else? Still cervix is closed and I am not dilated, which I told him honestly, same thing. I didn't expect to be because I don't feel any different. I've had literally 0 signs of labor. I think baby girl is just very content inside. So again, he did not offer to do a stretch and sweep, which again, I'm fine with. And he was joking. He's like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, what do you think is going to happen first, the C-section or she's going to come? And I'm like, it'll be the C-section because I want a VBAC. So of course she's not going to come on her own. It's just kind of like how it happens for me, which at the end of the day, I've like tried to reel in my emotions about the whole process. And if she is meant to come by C-section, then that's just the way that it is. And I have to accept that. So, there's that, Mr. Beefy. He has been like, he's my dog. He's always attached to me, but he is like at another level. I took him to the vet the other day for his like annual visit just to get that out of the way. That's another thing. Like if you have animals or like any sort of appointments that you can think of to get done before baby comes, do it. So he had his vet appointment and he was so goofy the whole time. Like he was really anxious. And my vet's like, I'm not going to poke at him. I'm just like, he looks good. You have no concerns. He lost a little bit of weight. They gave him his distemper parvo. And she's like, we're not going to mess with him. He's anxious because he knows that you're expecting. And I'm like, I get it. He's been very goofy with me lately. Pretty much attached to my hip. So, yeah, everything went really well at the doctor. Nothing crazy. He said that everything looks really good and that's it. So I will wind up going to see him next Wednesday for another sonogram, and I'm sure he'll check me again. And then I'm scheduled for the C-section on Friday. So right now it's just kind of a waiting game to see which happens first. Again, I don't think she's going to come on her own. Unless something really drastic happens over the next few days, I just think she's perfectly content in there and is going to stay as long as she can until she's evicted. So as far as my symptoms go, I have been on antibiotics, so I feel like this could go one of two ways. And I've been on plenty of antibiotics in my life. I had MRSA before, so I was on like really heavy duty stuff. I've never had a digestive reaction to antibiotics before. So as I've mentioned, and again, it's going to be TMI, but as I've mentioned in prior pregnancy updates, my digestive tract has loosened, if you will, and I have been experiencing diarrhea. I am not a person that experiences that, and now that I've been on the antibiotics, it's like every day, and not like an excessive, but I've never, ever, ever experienced that with antibiotics before, so I don't know if it's a combination of the two. I don't know what it is, but that is something I've been dealing with. I did write a lot of stuff in my phone because I feel like I forget things. As far as like my leg cramps go, I always get leg cramps at night, and it's always only in my left leg. I haven't had a ton of them, but I can feel it starting. Like if I move my leg incorrectly, I can feel it start to cramp and tighten, and it's really annoying because I can never figure out how to like loosen it. However, in regards to like cramping, I haven't had any like uterine cramping or anything like that, but for one of my reconstructive surgeries, and this is really probably specific to me and my situation, not like a normal pregnancy thing. My second to last reconstructive surgery for breast cancer, I had a latissimus flap surgery done. So my lat on my right side was removed from my back, flapped under my armpit, and it creates the bottom part of my right breast. That muscle still has functionality. So at any point, any day, if I bend over to tie my shoes, the muscle cramps and I have to like push on it to loosen it. Now, I'm sure it's because everything is like moved around a little bit. if I turn to the side, like our toilet paper is always on the right-hand side. If I turn to get toilet paper, ow, I just hit my funny bone. Oh, that was not nice. If I turn to get toilet paper, my whole side cramps up really bad. If I try to put shoes on, like it's really become obnoxious. But also, if I have like a really big yawn, from my ear all the way down my side will cramp. And like I have to like contort my whole upper body to get it to release. It's super annoying. Again, I think it's just my situation. But yeah, it's real fun. I've been sweating like crazy when I sleep. Like I'm talking, I have to get up in the middle of the night. It doesn't matter what I'm wearing, if I'm under a blanket or not, I have to change. I'm also wearing Eric shorts to bed because that's where I'm at. I have to change my shirt in the middle of the night because it's just soaked. I will get up at least 4 to 6 times in the middle of the night to pee. Hey, can we not right there, please? I will pee so much in the middle of the night, and it's not like I go a lot. It's just I have to go. But I have to change my shirt because I'm just soaked. It's absolutely disgusting. The one night I was like, oh, I'll just wear a sports bra and like little shorts to bed. No, and then I just soak the sheets. So then I was like, okay, well now I'm laying on cold, wet sheets and should have just wore a damn shirt. So that I think is just a hormonal thing. I was like that when I was medically put through menopause. So there's that. My appetite is not really there. I'll get like, I don't know, like I don't necessarily want healthy food. I don't really want like garbage food either. I'm just not like overly hungry, which is how I normally am. Like usually I will go most of the day without eating. But yeah, my appetite's just not really there. I haven't had edema. Like my legs and feet aren't swelling. My ring still fits. I don't have anything like that. I really don't feel like, I've been having some goofy dreams the last couple nights, actually. I was having like wild dreams in the beginning of the pregnancy and they kind of tapered off. In the last 2 nights, I want to say, I've had like just bizarre, they don't make any sense. They don't correlate with like anything that's happening in my life or like anything that I've thought of randomly. I've just had like weird dreams. Like last night I had one where I was registering for school, but I kept slipping on ice outside as I was like trying to walk into like this very hoity-toity Ivy League school, which I certainly don't belong in. And they're like, oh, you're studying abroad in Greece. And I'm like, I can't go to Greece. I'm pregnant. Like, what? It was like so bizarre. What else? She moves like crazy. And again, she has moved so much during my whole pregnancy, but now it's like my ribs actually, like right now her foot is up here, like literally sticking out of my stomach. Her heel is always sticking out of the top or like side of my stomach. She moves like crazy. She still gets the hiccups like every single day, which is so cute because I never felt them with Xavier. I think it was just his position. What else? Yeah, she's just very active. And like the one day she moved so funny and my stomach was so contorted. I'm like, oh my God, this is just so uncomfortable. I do feel, in the last couple nights I've been a little nauseous, and that I don't know if it's because I'm like getting closer, and I know some people can feel nauseous, but I'm just like really aware of what's going on and how I'm feeling because I'm like waiting for something to happen, but like in all reality, it's probably not going to. So, yeah, I don't know. That's where we're at. It's nothing like crazy, like nothing big has really been happening. So yeah, are you gonna sit on me in this whole thing? He is. He's gonna sit right there. I know, you're just a big baby. You're just a big baby. So that's really it for my symptoms. Nothing like groundbreaking. as far as the things that I've kind of stocked our house on, and the whole reason I have done this is because I really don't want to have to ask Eric, are you for real? Can you just sit over here? Why do you have to be right in front? Huh? I know, I love you too. Can you just lay down? I don't want to have to ask Eric or someone to like go do a Target pickup order or run to the grocery store or, I mean, they're going to have, like, he's going to have to do that stuff anyways, but I wanted to, like, everyday essentials, I wanted to make sure that we had a good stockpile in our home. And I typically do have, like, we never run out of stuff here, like, ever. I always make sure that we have what we need for this house. But I haven't done, like, a bulk purchase in a while. So some of the things that I went through, and I'll just like walk around the house, and I do try to wait for sales too on like cleaning supplies or whatever. So some things that I did make sure to stock up on: dog food. We do have it shipped through Chewy. However, the food that he is on is not always available. And of course, I just got an email that it ran out. So that I'm going to try to get before. We should have more than enough, but again, it's a very specific brand. I don't want Eric to have to run out and try to find it somewhere. Diapers and wipes for the baby are set. And the same thing with Xavier. Like whenever, and I use Target brand diapers. Whenever we're low, I usually always get, like when Target has the $20 off 100 when you buy like diapers. So I stock up, and he was actually low on his regular diapers. So grab some of those. He is obsessed with Pedialyte popsicles. So I had bought like 6 boxes at Walmart of them, and I just have been replenishing them. I just filled the freezer with the rest. And then his snacks. So, and again, this seems so simple, but I don't buy all of his snacks at the same place. Like the Pedialyte popsicles are the cheapest at Walmart, so I do a pickup order for that, and then I do some other things there, and so it's all like strategically placed. I did also like his little fruit bars, his fruit snacks, like just normal snacks that he likes. Things like my coffee creamer, I use a very specific coffee creamer, and they're good for a decent amount of time. So I have like 2 or 3 of them in our laundry fridge. And then K-cups. Eric doesn't really drink coffee at home. So especially like as it's getting warmer outside, like he uses espresso pods. We have an espresso machine. So like I made sure we have more than enough of those. But then like bottled water, distilled water, seltzer waters, paper towels, toilet paper, garbage bags. I did a massive Young Living order for all Thieves products because that's what I use to clean our home. So we have enough laundry detergent and the Thieves cough drops and like bath bombs for Xavier. So I just made sure to stockpile stuff like that so we didn't have to like run out and grab it. And it seems so silly and simple, but like when you're the one who does all of the buying for the most part, I just don't want anyone else to have to like worry about that stuff. So did all that. I'll probably grab some more stuff tomorrow when we go out, and then just like a final stock, and then mostly like bottled water. We have well water, so we drink bottled water. And then the one thing that I did do, I was going to do all these freezer meals, but we have a ton of frozen meat in both of our freezers, so I didn't really have room, and it is getting nicer outside, so we grill all the time. So we have a ton of meat already in the house. Basically, all I'm going to need for dinners is like vegetables. So we eat really healthy, especially during the summertime. We grill all the time, like meat and vegetables. Like that's what we do. So that'll be easy enough. But I did have a ton of chicken and vegetable scraps in the freezer. So every time I get a rotisserie chicken or I'm cutting up vegetables like carrots, onions, celery, zucchini, whatever I'm using, I put in a freezer bag. and I freeze all the scraps, and then I put it all together with a whole bunch of water, and I make my own stock. It is out of this world. It is the way to go. It is the way to use all the scraps, and then the chicken bones and like scraps that I don't use too. It is seriously so good. So I filmed all of that, so I'll put that in here. So I made a whole bunch of stock, but then I bought a whole bunch of fresh vegetables and then ground beef, and I made a soup. So the soup I have like 4 decent sized containers of, and then I ate it like throughout the 1 week. And it's just like a nice, easy, take it out, defrost like meal. Eric doesn't usually eat soup like that, but Xavier and I definitely will, so it would be nice for like lunches. And I could get easily like 2 meals out of one of those containers. So I wanted to do that. I love the idea of meal prepping and freezing, but it's not something I typically do. So the soup I think will work better. But then also I make Xavier homemade applesauce in pouches. And I do like 30 pounds of apples at once. I do a lot because it is pretty time consuming. But I add in Ningxia from Young Living, which is a wolfberry supplement. It's awesome for antioxidants and immune support. And then I put elderberry syrup in there as well. And that's what I really feel like keeps Xavier so much healthier than the other kids at his school. So I made like 70 pouches. So I just didn't want to have to worry about trying to do that once baby girl makes her arrival. So that is what I will share with you next in this video. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe in a week or so, we'll have a baby. But if I don't go into labor before my next appointment, then I will do like a one last final pregnancy update at week 39. So I will insert those clips here for the food, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Next project is I'm gonna make vegetable / chicken stock. I save all my vegetable scraps as I'm food prepping and put them in the freezer. So I'm going to put all of those in a big pot, make a stock out of it, and then I have a whole bunch of apples that I need to make applesauce for Xavier. So that's what we're gonna start now.
You take my love for granted.
You can see I have always onions, carrots, and celery. Zucchini, there's chicken back there, parsley, peppers. I don't usually put like cauliflower or broccoli in there. Usually just stuff that you would use in like mirepoix. And then there's garlic in there as well, shallots. So I'm just gonna let this go.
Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love. Even though it's kind of toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch. That your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Not sure what I expected. To think you wouldn't be so reckless. I keep on pretending I know we better end it. I said it more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love. Even though it's kind of toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch. That your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. nothing more to say. Let's just waste away. One more time is all we need. A bitter truth to face, not that innocent. We know what we did. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kinda toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch. That your love is
This is the finished product. It is still very warm because the apples came out of the crock pot. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to cover it very carefully because as you can see, it is right to the top. I'm going to cover it, put it in the fridge to allow it to cool for a few hours, and then hopefully later this evening I'll be able to put it into pouches. This stock is cool. It has been steeping for hours. So I'm gonna go ahead, I have a garbage can set up right next to the pot because it's huge and I can't lift it. And I'm gonna grab most of the chunks out of there and then do a finer strain afterwards. And here is my stock. I have 2 huge pots of it. I will use some of it, excuse me, tomorrow when I make my soup. The rest of it, I have a bunch of like these containers as well as these containers, like these bowls. So I'll freeze the rest of it. This way, when I'm ready to make homemade soup or like chicken piccaccio, something that requires stock or broth, I have it ready to go. I'm so glad that all of that's out of my freezer. I still have like so much. This made a lot more than I thought it was going to, but I'll definitely put it to good use.
I used to think I had plenty of dreams and light in my life. Still my glass was half empty, but you came along and showed me how to love without limits, to have a good time. My glass was always half empty, but now you're in my life. We're far away from the city lights, so small under the night sky. It's just us two, but I don't mind. You could never wear me out.
We have 66 applesauces. These pouches are amazing. I will link the whole like contraption that I used down in the description box. This is a lot, but again, I didn't really want to have to do this after baby girl makes her arrival. I do have the elderberry syrup in there as well as the Ningxia Red to help with antioxidant and immune support. I do have a couple bags left over. I just leave these up in this cabinet with like food making supplies. So what I typically do, I have this container I keep in the fridge and I'll leave enough for the week in here along with some Ningxia packets. And he knows like when he wants one, he knows to like point to this bin and then I can grab him one. So I'm glad that that's done. Again, took a lot longer than I thought, but I'm just glad it's done. I'm finally going to finish making my soup. I just got back from the store. I have 2 pounds of like organic grass-fed ground beef. I'm gonna use about half of these French green beans, celery, red pepper, zucchini, peas, and corn. I couldn't find fresh peas and corn. I'm not even gonna try to take off the cobs, so that will work. Carrots and onion, diced tomatoes, and then some tomato paste, and then garlic as well. I'm out of breath, of course. I cannot wait till this is done. And then I have my homemade stock in the fridge, so I'll take that out too.
We're far away from the city lights, so small under the night sky. It's just us two, but I don't mind. You could never wear me out, even after all of these years. You still look at me with the same love.
soup is all done. I'm gonna let these cool off. As you can see, they're still steaming hot. So I'm gonna let these cool off and then put them in the freezer. And then I still have plenty in there for maybe the next day or so, or I might just freeze all of it. I'll just find other containers. So glad that's done. Now I'll have nice, easy lunch ideas ready to go. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed. I'm getting so excited that we're getting closer to meeting baby girl. I'm hoping that I have one more update if I don't go into labor. If I do, then we'll either do a birth vlog, a birth story. I don't know how it's going to happen yet, but I'm very much looking forward to that as well. If you guys did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps support my channel. If you have not subscribed already, I would also love for you to do that so you can be part of my YouTube family and come along on this newest crazy adventure our family is about to embark on. I hope you guys have a really great rest of your day, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.